need the video link. Just go ahead and leave your email on the chat, and I'll make sure I provide that. All right, so again, with mobility and flexibility, we're gonna be working on yesterday we tried and worked out most of the muscle groups from our body. Now we're trying to stretch all those muscles as well. So we're gonna spend time our neck, our face too, shoulders, back, abs, legs, lower back, all of it. So, but yeah, so let's get started. Make sure you guys have some water in your hand. I'm gonna start off with on the chair. So, and then we'll go with our arches and our shoulders and on the floor. So let's go ahead and start with our face. So we're gonna start with our face is just by looking down, opening our mouth, then look up, and once we look up, we want to close our mouth, and we should feel a nice stretch on our neck. Okay, so it should look something like this. Okay, in that closing, you should feel a nice stretch throughout here. Okay, let's do 12 of those. Okay, so take your time. Ugh, yawn on that one. Right, 4 more. Last one. All right, very good. You should feel maybe some tenderness going on this jaw. But again, it's going to define our jaw and our neck a little bit more. If you have any excess skin, make it a little bit tighter. So we have a nice structure going on here. Okay, next one we're going to do is we're just going to inhale, fill up our cheeks with air. Just like, you know, how hamsters puff up your cheeks, but they have food, we're going to have air. And let's do that, and we're just going to massage in the circular motion once we do that, okay? Everyone switch. By switching, I mean go counter now. Very good. Okay, now we're going to puff up our cheeks and then draw a line from the end of our eyes to the end of our lips. Okay, so very gently. Now from the bottom of our ears to the end of our lips. Very good. You should feel your cheeks getting a little bit sore. We are stretching them out. Probably feeling a little bit numb if you are. So, all right, next we're gonna inhale through our nose, make a small little opening through our lips, and then exhale through that little opening. Okay, so each repetition should take about 8 seconds. So it should look something like this. And when you're done, you should feel that core tightening up. Okay, so we're gonna do 8 of those. Ready? Go ahead. Three more. good. You should feel that core tightening up. Making sure we're doing all of those. Now we're going to start with your neck. Okay. So the neck, we'll start very gently. So we'll start with just grabbing a hold of our left side with the right arm, be upright, and let the weight of this arm, the right arm, just stretch out that left neck. And the switch. Okay, now we're just going to rest our head back, make sure it's comfortable. Stretching out that front part. Let's look down, tuck our chin into our chest. Very good. Now we're going to do some neck circles. Okay, so neck circles, very gentle. Going clockwise. Morning, Moravia. Very gentle. The slower, the better. Muscles stretch out and extend very slowly. So we don't want to just start turning our head real fast in circles to pull something with fast movements. All right, reverse, counterclockwise. We're going to look left to right. Now up and down. All right, and then now we're going to do neck retractions. So this is kind of where we imitate the motion of a turtle. So we're here, shoulders are back, and we're going to be going forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Continue this motion. Maybe about 5 more of these. All right, very good. All right. From here, we're going to continue on the chair. So I just want you to reach, have your, almost cross your fingers, lace them, reach up towards the sky. Reach, 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 sit upright, try not to slouch. This next stretch we haven't done before. Right. gonna lightly stretch out our back. So imagine you're a cat, right? And there's a scratching post right in front of you. We pretty much want to reach over with our claws and reach towards that scratching pole and then reset. Okay, so you should feel a nice stretch in your back. So again, here, reach, reset, arms up, reach, reset. One more. All right, very good. A little different. It's a stretch we used to do for a different class in the past. Let's bring off that right arm across. Start warming up the back and the shoulders a little bit. Today was my first day at the gym. I went to the gym this morning, and yeah, my body definitely feels it. A little bit out of shape. Switch. We're gonna bring right arm behind us, and we're gonna push down on that tricep. Okay, so push down. And switch. Very good. Okay, we're gonna do a scapula pinch. So this one is when, imagine having a peanut in the upper mid back, right where you could barely reach with your fingers behind your upper back. And imagine you have a peanut there. We're pretty much trying to break that peanut with our scapula, which is our shoulder blades. Okay, so another way to do this is almost tucking your elbows back behind you and relax, almost how we do the chest compressions, but let's try to have that motion behind us. Okay. All right, very good. Okay. We're gonna move down slightly. We're gonna start working on our arms. So we're just gonna do the same motion that we would do with dumbbell curls. Okay. Just doing these curl actions here. Now we're gonna do the Arnold press. We did that with dumbbells before, but now we're gonna try it without, just for mobility. So here, turn and press, back, turn and curl. Curl, turn, press, down, turn, curl. Hopefully you guys got that. Let's do 2 more of those. Nice one. That could be confusing. All right, we're gonna get our right elbow, tuck that in here next to our right rib, and we're just gonna turn in and out. All right, Lydia, thank you. gonna switch. So tuck in that left elbow and just almost like a door. Imagine your arm being a door. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna work on our forearm slightly. So I like resting it right past my knee. So it's collapsing, and I'm just gonna go up. It just allow it to collapse right beyond my knee. You should feel that movement, your forearm muscle stretching. I think your ulna is here, your brachii, ulna. All right, let's try the left one. Okay. All right, now we're gonna just work on some mobilities, almost the circular motions towards the medial side. So just turning inside. And then now reverse, going out. And now we're gonna start pumping our fingers towards the center of our palm. Just working on some range of motion with our knuckles. And then now let's actually try bending the fingers where each knuckle is actually having mobility. Not just towards the center, but also just each little knuckle is having some type of mobility. And when you focus just on one finger, it could be a little bit of a challenge. But that's why we're doing this, so we don't lose mobility. Okay, and we could just close those, but try to close your fist by closing every joint, every knuckle. Okay, not just turning them inside, but every knuckle is try to turn in. All right, here we could just pull back slightly. Our palm. Slow this stretch, stretching out the tendons here. So stretching here for about 15 to 20 seconds. All right, let's switch. Now pushing down on my right hand. All right, awesome. All right, now we're gonna go and start moving down to our abs. Okay, so for our abs, what I want you to do is just try to contract those abs, hold for about 5 seconds, then relax. And the way you could contract that, if you don't know how to contract them yet, what you could do is just exhale all the air you have in your system. And you should feel those abs contracting, okay? But if you could contract them just by working the muscles, then let's do that too. So let's do 8 of those with the 3-second hold. Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Relax. 1, 2, 3. Relax. 1, 2, 3. Good. Good going. have a couple more. That's one. All right, very good. Awesome. Okay, so now we're just going to go with some high knee marches. Again, the high knees from the seated position are still working out our hip joint. So definitely seems easier than when we're standing. Don't worry about balance because we're sitting down. And now we want to tuck it in and just hold it here. Just feel a nice stretch on your upper hamstring. Switch. And yes, I took my socks off again because it was getting warm. So that'll help me with the arches movements that we'll do in a little bit. Okay. All right, quick water break. Should we get some water? All right. Okay, so now we're gonna work with hip openers, okay? So hip openers, we are going to have doing sitting down. So we're here, we're just gonna go out and make sure you don't turn your torso too much. Keep that torso pointing straight. And if you folks could do me a favor also, if you had a challenge logging in back into the website, please let me know in the chat. I just want to run it through our IT person if that was an issue. But if it's smooth, then don't worry, you don't have to put anything. So, all right, left leg. Yesterday we had about 7 individuals. No, on Monday, 7 individuals tell me that, yeah, there's a hard time. So I think yesterday it was just one. Terry. All right, Terry, I'll see you in the video. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to go with knee extensions. Okay, so knee extensions, I'm going to elevate my leg by putting my hands underneath and then just extend at that knee joint. You see how my heel is floating over the ground? That's because my arms are underneath that hamstring. All right, let's go with the left leg. Let's elevate that. Okay. All right, before we get too ahead of ourselves, we'll do the performance stretch as well. So Bring that leg across. First, let's just have it here, relax. Just sit here. Think about what you're going to do later today. Just hold it. Should be getting a nice stretch in. Feel that on that outside. I feel like here on the outside, right outside the hip joint. Right, now we want to lean towards it. Lean towards that knee. Now we want to bring that knee in. Okay, let's hug it out. Bring the knee in. All right, good. You should feel that nice stretch. Bring that left ankle over that knee and just sit here and hang out. If you're ever waiting somewhere and you want to get a nice stretch, this is a nice stretch to do. Let's lean over, push that knee, and I'm going to push that knee down slightly. All right, let's pull on that thigh or on that knee. Let's hug it out. Get a nice stretch here. All right, very good. We're going to work on some lateral and medial range of motion of the knee. So the way we're going to do that is put our hands underneath our thigh and then just kind of let the leg, it's my right leg here, just swing side to side. Okay. Working on the tendons out here of the knee, your MCL and your LCL. Probably hear those when there's injuries to football players, soccer players, or basketball players, it's usually one of those tendons, sometimes the ACL. So remember, MCL, it's on the medial side, which means towards the center of your body. LCL, it's on the lateral side, which is lateral means away from the midline, so away from us. ACL is anterior, and that's going to be in front. And then PCL is behind, posterior. So the knee joint has all those CLs in there. MCL, LCL, ACL, PCL. It's a mouthful. So, all right, let's go at the left leg. Yeah. And CL stands for cruciate ligament. So, it's rare for the PCL, but the ACL is very common, or meniscus tears as well, or strains. Okay. All right, very good. Okay, so we did the extensions, Now we're going to be doing some heel raises. So heel raises are going to stretch out our calves. So we're just going to go heel raises here and try to get as much of a hold with your toes. So working out your Achilles, your calf muscles. And now we're going to lift our toes. So you see how this muscle here is moving. It's working out that anterior muscle, anterior tibialis. Now let's just rock back and forth. Left ankle is a little bit sore for me. Very good. Just got some water. So if you guys could do me a favor and grab a golf ball, tennis ball, any type of firm ball. We'll be working on our arches shortly. I'm just going to check the chat. All right. Just video links. All right. So I got my golf ball here. Again, if you guys have improved this from a tennis ball, if that's too soft, then I recommend you get a golf ball. So let's go ahead, just roll back and forth. Hey, Sharice, good morning. So you're just going to be rolling back and forth. Hello. How are you? Yeah. Oh, there's the little one. Hey, what's his name?
Zachary. This is Zachary.
Hey, Zach.
We've been at the park doing cardio.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Probably have to sign in later, but I'm just checking in.
Oh, no worries, I appreciate it. All right, so we'll be going back and forth. All right, let's look for a little tender spot. And now I'm going in a circular motion, looking for that tender spot. I'm gonna go counterclockwise now. Remember, you just don't want to roll the ball underneath. You also want to press down on it. Right, find that tender spot and press down. And again, just a reminder, tomorrow's class will end a little bit shorter than usual due to a last minute meeting I have at 11, but we will still start at 10 tomorrow. So. All right, Cherise, thank you. All right, bye. Bye, Zach. Bye, Zachary. Oh, he's a little grumpy. All right. Good switch. Switch foot. I think I've met about 3 or 4 grandchildren of students of this class. All right, let's go in a circular motion, look for a tender spot. And then once you find that tender spot, let's just press down on it. All right, relax. All right, next what we're gonna do is our ABCs, okay? So let's go ahead, make sure your legs are elevated, and let's do our ABCs. Any type of arch work or ankle work is probably to do it a little bit better barefoot or just with your socks. You have a little bit more mobility. Hear my ankles cracking. Right, very good. Okay, and from here, before we start standing up for our shoulders, we're just gonna try to grip the floor with our toes. Tried this yesterday as well. It's one of our strength exercises for our arches. Again, so claw down, pull, and hold for about 5 seconds. Release. Again, scratch the floor, pull, release, pull, release. 2 more. Release. Last one. And release. Okay. Awesome. All right. Do me a favor and find a broomstick, an umbrella. I have my foam roller that I use. And we'll start with some shoulder work. All right. Okay. So if you guys are ready, we'll start. Again, we're just going to go side to side, very lightly. All right, let's go 30 degrees forward with that left arm. Let's go 60 degrees. And let's go 90 degrees. It's right in front of us. And now let's bring that left arm. Now we're taking it back. Okay, now let's focus on that right arm, right shoulder, making that range of motion. All right, let's go 30 degrees. All right, 60 degrees. $90 degrees right in front of us. And now we're going to go straight back. All right, very good. Now we're going to go above our head and left to right. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and take behind us. We're doing the same motion, just shifting left to right. And now we're going to go in reverse. Just lifting it behind us. Right, and now we're going to bring our elbows up and down. All right, very good. Okay, we can put this away now. And we're going to transition to the yoga mat. So if you guys could do me a favor and set up your yoga mat, get some water. We'll start shortly, and we'll be on the floor for this next set of stretches. All right, so we're gonna start off with the cat-cow. So you guys can see me. Get a little bit lower. A little bit higher, I mean. Start off with cat-cow. Right here. My palms are right underneath my shoulders, both of them. My knees are right under my hips. And my feet aren't resting on my toes. They're resting on the top part of my feet. So from here, we're gonna inhale or step back up. Exhale, drop that belly. Press that back. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so we're spending about 3 seconds at each motion. And make sure you're looking down the entire time. All right, continue that. Another few repetitions. All right, good. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is gonna be the puppy pose. Okay, so the puppy pose, we're gonna go from the same position, but now we are gonna keep our hips over our knees, but we are gonna lean forward, okay? So we're gonna do that is here are our hands initially, cat-cow. So now our hands are gonna come in front of us, and then we're gonna drop our elbows and our shoulders down, and our hips are gonna remain in place. And then once we're here, we're gonna reach a little bit forward and keep that head looking down. And I'm just gonna sit here for about 40 seconds. Okay? Make sure your hips are over your knees. You should feel this. I feel the stretch as well, right under my underarms. Right along my ribs, I feel the stretch. And I'm going to bring my elbows back. A more relaxed position. Okay. And from here, I'm gonna bring back my hips to, or my glutes back to my heels, and my head down, and reach forward while looking down, and your glutes are on your heels. And I'll stand here or sit here for another 30 seconds. That. From here, what we're gonna do is I want you guys to grab the chair that we had earlier, put it at the end of your yoga mat. Okay. We're gonna get in that initial cat-cow pose. Now I want your hands on top of that chair, hips right above your knees, and just reach with your arms without advancing your hips forward. Okay, just keep those hips right over your knees, looking down. Make sure that chair isn't sliding away from you. Stretching your upper back. Relax. And for this to be in a safe spot, you can just walk your way with your knees towards the chair. Put it away. All right. Okay. Very good. You have that water nearby. Okay, next one's going to be the thoracic stretch. Okay, so this one is seated, legs are in front of us, and the main goal of this one is to bring our chest as close as possible to our thighs. Okay, so we're not really reaching for our feet. We're reaching, I like grabbing right underneath my thigh, right behind my knee, and just bringing slowly and bringing my chest closer to my thighs. Taking deep breaths. With every couple of breaths that you take, try and bring your chest a little bit closer to your thighs. Now, as I'm getting over, I'm advancing my hands closer to my feet so I can allow my chest to come closer. And once you reach your max, just hold it there for about 15 to 20 seconds. And relax. That was a personal best for me. I don't think I've ever gotten that low. Okay. All right, from here, what we're gonna do is just recline, and we're gonna reach back with our hands and push forward with our toes. It's pretty much trying to stretch ourselves as much as possible. Reach. Relax. Okay, begin. Relax. Continue. Relax. And we'll do one more. Hold it for about 10 seconds. And reach with your hands, push with your toes. Very good. Okay, from this laying down position, let's bring both our heels in. Bottom of our feet are facing each other. Bring down those knees and just hang out here for about a minute. Just let those inner hip flexors relax, stretch out. Here for another 40 seconds. Right, very good. Relax here. Cool. That's good. All right, next we're gonna get on our chest. We're gonna get down on our chest. Down. Just keep our elbows at our sides, circle our shoulders. We're gonna be here for about 30 seconds. Stretch out our lower back. Once we're a little bit warm, we're gonna do is put our hands where our elbows were. And now we're gonna push away from the ground. And if you can, try to fully extend those arms. Breathing. Back, quadrant position, and then come back to your glutes, to your heels again. Very good. All right. We're gonna get on the lunge position. We're gonna thread the needle. We haven't done this one in a few weeks. We're gonna get in the lunge position. Here, what we're gonna do is left knee is like out in front of me, right knee is behind me, right arm comes up. What I'm gonna do is bring this arm that's up through this little void I created here. Come around and with the opposite arm, elevate that up. Transition. Up, and this arm comes up. Bring it up towards the sky. We're going to do 6 on each side. You can still get that visual. I'll look directly in front of you. So, up, transition. Feel a nice stretch in your back. Well, so I need to work on my balance a little bit. All right, let's do 2 more. Hey, Susan, thank you. Got Milena as well. Let's do 1 more. Reach up. Turn it. And you should feel that on your upper back, on that opposite rib. Now we're going to switch. This is one of those stretches that definitely requires you to work a little bit. Up, come around, And I like grabbing onto that opposite thigh. It gives me a little bit more stability. Okay. And if you're not holding onto it, then you're probably benefiting with your balance as well. Okay, so I need to hold on because I know I will collapse. I think I have decent balance, but for this position, I can show you what it looks like if I don't hold on to. My hips are kind of throbbing forward and backwards when I don't hold on. One more. Very good. Ooh, that stretch always makes you sweat. I'm gonna get some water. You're invest in an ice tray. Get some nice cold water. All right, we're gonna get on this lunge position again. So right knee is forward, and I like keeping my heel right underneath my knee. I don't like having it forward. It's right underneath. And we're just gonna do little pumps forward and back. Stretching out the upper hamstring. And it's also stretching that quadricep muscle behind you. Double stretch. Working on that hip joint a little bit. Feel your Achilles stretching on that front leg as well. All right, once we're there, we're just going to do circular motion with that knee joint or that knee. But most of the action, it's going down on that ankle down here. Okay. So just being clockwise with some circles around that ankle joint. Let's go counterclockwise now. Change directions. All right, let's switch. So again, start off, your heel right above your knee, pump forward, back. Nice stretch. Okay, now let's start with those circular motions. So again, let's start off clockwise. What I mean, is imagine your knee up here being the long arm of the clock and your ankle being at the center of the clock. And your knee joint is just going around that clock in the circular motion. All right, reverse. All right, very good. Okay. The next one that we're going to do is we're going to get back on the floor. We're going to finish off with a few more on the floor, and then we're going to transition to some standing stretches. Okay. So first one we're going to do, these are one of the more essential ones. We're going to do book openers. We're going to start off in that clamshell position. So again, this is a clamshell. So ankle on ankle, knee on knee, hip over hip. I don't want you guys back here or too forward. You should be aligned, shoulder over shoulder. Right arm is out. Left arm is on top of it. And now I'm just going to be rotating my upper body and extending. You see my lower body stayed the same, it didn't move. My shoulder, both shoulder blades are touching the ground. Coming back and repeat. So let's do 10 of these per side. Your right arm never moves from the ground. Your left arm is opening, closing. And at the furthest point that both hands are away from each other, both hands should be making contact with the ground as well. That nice stretch on your chest, on your back, shoulders. You guys ever wake up with a really tight back? Or you have a new mattress, or maybe you stay at a hotel with a firm bed, or whatever it is that your back is feeling, not too high. This is one that you could start doing, and right out of bed, and it should help with your back. It really does. All right, so let's switch. Remember, ankle on ankle, knee on knee, hip over hip. Once you're there, a little bit too close to that couch. Let's do 10 of these. Great, very good. Good job. How are you guys feeling? No one has their camera on, so I don't know how you guys are doing. Hopefully you guys are feeling well.
Good.
All right, thank you. Yeah. This reminds me of when all classes went remote for the first semester and everyone was shy and wouldn't turn on their cameras. So, all right, so we're gonna do knee drops. They're like windshield wipers. So again, knee drops, we're keeping, this is like the tabletop position, where we're just gonna keep our arms extended like the book openers. And again, knees right above your hips. And we're gonna drop the knees off to the side. And then switch sides. And again, the entire time we're keeping your arms and your back with the ground. Okay, so that's one on each side. We're gonna do 8 on each side. I sometimes have seen workout videos on YouTube, and folks are doing them barefoot, like for this one, for example, but they forget to clean their feet, and all you see is a dirty bottom of a foot, or both feet are dirty, and I know it's kind of funny, those little details sometimes personal trainers forget. So yeah, I was looking at the screen right now, and I was like, okay, my feet are clean. All right, I'm at 7. I'm gonna do one more on each side. All right. That's all good. Hey, Ella, how are you? Ooh. Okay. Hello. All right. Right here on these core ones. All right, so from this position, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring our knee, just hold it up close to our chest. Here, so this is stretching out the upper hamstring. And if you ever want to stretch your hamstring even more, So here, we're actually gonna do this right now. Hold right below your knee. Well, I guess right at the bottom point of your thigh. Then we're gonna just stretch out that leg as much as you can in this high knee position. Relax. Switch. So bring that knee, left knee up to your chest. Hold it there for about 20 seconds. All right. Grab a hold of your thigh underneath. Stretch out. I'm gonna do a couple down ones before we get up and do some of the standing ones. So let's just go ahead and cross and let's reach forward. Nice. I'm gonna grab a little bit of water before we start with some stand up ones. All right. So for these next ones, we're gonna be on our feet. The only equipment I'm gonna use for these are going to be my couch that's right here on my right. Okay. So if you have a chair, you can go ahead and use a chair, but I prefer if you guys use an item that won't be sliding. I don't want any accidents. So I'm just gonna put my leg here. It's fixed. It's not gonna go anywhere. And again, here I'm just gonna lean down. Okay, touch the floor. All right. Do a nice stretch on that inner thigh for that one. Next one, I'm gonna work on that left ankle. So side angle here. So one, four. All right, awesome. Okay, the next one we're gonna do, I believe we did on Monday, okay, but it is a mobility one. So I have my chair here, and I'll angle it down. I have my chair, I have a countertop here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be positioned right in front of the chair, and I wanna straighten out my leg, go over, oh, hit it, then go back, go over, go back. I'm trying to keep that leg straight. And last one. And last one back. Okay. Right, now I'm going to try the left leg. This one, going to change angles. And go ahead and begin. The left leg's a little bit tighter than the right one. And these movements will let you know that it will remind you that, you know, one side needs a little bit more work than the other. All right, very good. All right, once you've done that, we're almost done. Just going to do a couple more and we will call it a day. Okay. So remember, mobility is flexibility. Just a little tune-up, refresher for the body. Okay. I still want to incorporate a little bit of balance work. So for this one, I always get the positioning of the camera wrong. I'm always chopping off my head. So this one, very light. I'm just gonna Romberg stance. So again, Romberg stance, feet are right next to each other. I'm just gonna elevate my right foot about an inch off the ground. Okay. Side up there is just floating. The left foot is activating. All right, let's close our eyes. If you feel like you're falling, just put your foot down. Put it down. Separate your feet. All right, let's open our eyes. Let's switch sides. Right foot is down. Left foot is elevated now. All right, let's close the eyes. I'm right dominant, and for some reason, my right leg is struggling more than my left. This exercise. And open your eyes and plant your feet. Okay. All right, just a few more, and then we'll be done. Okay. So let's start with trunk rotations. This is one I said it's essential, so we'll continue to do it. The next two are essentials that we'll do. So I just kind of want to get those done. And remember, those were trunk rotations, which is what we're doing right now. Big hula hoops, squat stretch, any of the quadruped poses, so like the cat-cow, puppy pose, bunny pose, and then also book openers. So if you ever feel tight and sore, but don't really want to spend a whole hour and 20 minutes like we've done so far stretching, and you just might have 5 or 10 minutes, just try to do those, and those will go a long way. Okay, let's actually do some ab circles. Loosen up the trunk a little bit. All right, giant hula hoops. Okay, so let's go clockwise first. Take those circles. Switch directions. All right, and the last one we're going to do is the deep squat stretch. We'll do this here for the last minute. Okay. Then tomorrow, remember strength and conditioning, 10 o'clock. See you guys there. All right, let's get off our heels, on our toes. And if you can, try to shift your weight left to right. You might feel a little bit more of a stretch. Just drop those heels. And we're going to continue left to right. All right, with the help of your hands, push up and rise. All right, very good. Definitely feel a little bit better. Like I said, I went to the gym today for the first time in a while and felt a little tight coming out of there, but I actually feel great now. But again, thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate each and all of you. But yeah, if you guys have any questions before we head out, now's